As Netanyahu, I'm Elijah Schaefer. Let's start the show. Well, the question as to whether Israel is our greatest ally or whether or not they're using us, like Ukraine, to fund more of their dirty wars overseas remains a contentious topic within the right wing, as many are devout supporters of both Netanyahu and the Israeli state. But as many have pointed out, there has been bipartisan increase of growth of criticism of both the Likud administration under Netanyahu and also the acts of Israel and are supporting them financially. Let's see what's going on today. The New York Post reports that dozens of lawmakers boycott Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech to Congress as Biden prepares for meetings. Dozens of lawmakers are boycotting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech on Capitol Hill on Wednesday as President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris prepare to meet with Bibi at the White House the following day. From number 2 Senate Majority Whip Dick Durbin to House Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi to Squad Representative AOC, even Thomas Massie, many are no longer going to be at the speech. I will stand by Israel, but I will not stand and cheer its current prime minister at tomorrow's joint session, Durbin said in a statement. The Hamas attack on October 7th was unprovoked and cowardly, and a continued holding of hostages unconscionable, he went on. However, Israel's execution of its war in Gaza under the direction of Prime Minister Netanyahu, with 39,000 Palestinians conservatively dead and 90,000 injured, and is a brutal strategy beyond any acceptable level of self-defense. Durbin also echoed the words of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who in a March speech on the Senate floor called for new elections in Israel and declared Netanyahu an obstacle to peace. Pelosi, who also called for Netanyahu to resign, will not attend the speech either. Speaker Pelosi will not be attending today's joint meeting in Congress, a spokesman said. This morning, she will join members meeting with Israeli citizens whose families have suffered in the wake of the October 7th Hamas terror attack. Now, obviously, many of us who have seen the intelligence leaks and saw what happened that day know that those attacks were absolutely terrible, but they were forewarned about, and there is a lot of suspicions, like September 11th, on whether or not Bibi Netanyahu allowed them to occur, as unconscionable as that may seem, in order to stoke a larger war, which we know he wants to expand with Lebanon. This is the way that he's going to hold on to power. Now, it didn't take time for both Republicans and Democrats to get called out by the Israeli lobby control in the United States. AIPAC saying, once again, Representative Thomas Massie is standing with AOC and Bernie Sanders against our ally Israel. As Thomas Massie said, today Congress will undertake political theater on behalf of the State Department. The purpose of having Netanyahu address Congress is to bolster his political standing in Israel and to quell international opposition to his war. I don't feel like being a prop, so I will not be attending. After being called out by AIPAC, the Israeli lobby in the United States, Thomas Massie said, "Call me anything you want. I still won't be attending your war rally." Some critics of Israel, like Ian Carroll, said, "You are Israel. There is no our ally. Mother effer, that's on you." Popular right-wing commentators, the Hodge twins, said, "We are done with this war. America first." Now, this brings up the conflicting data analysis, as many people not only have Jewish friends, even Jewish people themselves see this war as both unnecessary and an unequal response of force, with many casualties, of which are children and women being mercilessly blown up. Now, of course, anytime someone opposes the war, they're immediately called Hamas supporters or Hamas agitators or pro-terrorists. This continues to undermine the ability for us to have open and dialogue and conversations in our country, because I don't think anyone would even dare to question the loyalty and the patriotism of someone like Thomas Massie. Also, we bring condolences to him and his family, as his wife recently just passed away. The issue with this is that Thomas Massie has a problem because he wants to oppose the war. He doesn't believe that we should be involved. And I think that this is sort of part of the disingenuous conversations we have in our country, where if you don't want to be involved in a war, you don't want to fund a war, people assume you hate the country, right? If you don't want to fund Ukraine, oh, you hate Ukrainians or you support Russia, you're a Putin puppet. When in reality, many of us are isolationists, we are protectionists, and we'd like to see this age of non-gratifying imperialism end. I'm not against colonialism or imperialism, but this idea of other nations using our resources to sort of, finish their ultimate goals because they lobby our government, to me is both questionable and downright should be illegal. I don't believe foreign countries should have influence on our nation. If that's controversial, you can kill me for it. I don't care. Netanyahu was quick, though, to respond and ask for help, actually, and explain his condemnation of the Biden administration and his problem. And it seems like everybody's got a problem with Netanyahu today. I don't know why. Maybe it's his approach to this war that's turned so many off internationally. I don't think it's intellectually honest to blame it on Jew hatred or anti-Semitism. I think you could be against this war and still be very pro the state of Israel, as some of the protesters are. But I want to remind you that this war might expand. That's why many patriots around America are preparing for the unthinkable with emergency meal kits from My Patriot Supply. These 1-week meal kits are amazing because they are delicious and nutritious. They not only come with food that lasts for 25 years when stored correctly in the rugged ammo can. 25 years. This food is not only incredible, but it lasts a long time and it has 2,000 calories. So you stay full with food variety so you never get bored. Right now, you can pick up their 1-week meal kits, which are flying off the shelves. People are adding them to their carts. $50 off at preparewithvnn.com. Go to PREPAREWITH, VNN.com today, preparewithvnn.com. Get those 1-week meal kits, stock up on them. You're not going to want to wait until it's too late at preparewithvnn.com. Now, as I mentioned, Netanyahu's not so happy with the Biden administration, as many of you know. That's why it seems like many Zionists and Israelis are backing Trump in the next election. Listen to his frustration.
When Secretary Blinken was recently here in Israel, we had a candid conversation. I said I deeply appreciated the support the U.S. has given Israel from the beginning of the war. But I also said something else. I said it's inconceivable that in the past few months, the administration has been withholding weapons and ammunition to Israel. Israel, America's closest ally, fighting for its life, fighting against Iran and our other common enemies. Secretary Blinken assured me that the administration is working day and night to remove these bottlenecks. I certainly hope that's the case. It should be the case. During World War II, Churchill told the United States, "Give us the tools, we'll do the job." And I say, give us the tools and we'll finish the job a lot faster.
Obviously, Netanyahu is mad at Biden because he's not providing him what? Well, the weapons that they're asking for. Many are saying it's not the responsibility of the United States to provide foreign assistance, including weapons of war, to nations, even those that are claimed to be our most precious or great ally, as they said at the RNC. Now, whether or not you agree with the war or disagree with the war, I'd love to hear your opinions down below. But does Netanyahu deserve our financial and military assistance in his military onslaught against the Palestinians? Drop a comment down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe directly to our pages on Rumble and X. We are at Vigilant News. We're a small independent media company, and we're growing thanks to your support. You can also directly follow us and get our newsletter in your inbox at vigilantnews.com. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.